Hi there, my name's Troy Kinsey, Managing Partner for Kinbalo Ventures. So I wanted to create a short video for you. I had kind of a, a bit of a revelation the other night. So if you're responsible for customers in any kind of organization, then this video's for you. So the other night, my wife and I were having drinks with some of our old friends, and we are talking about what everyone's working on these days. So eventually, the conversation turned to Kimball Ventures. So what we're working on in terms of the practical service advisor, the AI tool, the training program that we're working on, and these videos actually. And as I was describing some of the work, I kept using the terms services and service management. And after a few minutes, somebody stopped and asked a very reasonable question. What exactly do you mean by service management? And it made me realize something important. For people who work inside service organizations, this seems probably fairly obvious. But outside of that work, it's actually not very clear at all. In fact, we made a video about 2 years ago called What is Service Management? And the question still comes up all the time. The reality is, if you're responsible for customers, whether you run a restaurant, a pub, a hospital, a retail store, or an IT organization, then you're already dealing with service management every single day. So why does this matter? Because delivering great customer experience is much harder than it looks. So orders get delayed, rooms aren't ready, bags get lost, requests get bounced between teams, and the result is fairly predictable. Customers aren't satisfied, teams aren't satisfied or aren't working together harmoniously, leadership isn't happy. And usually these things don't happen because people aren't trying. In the service industry, people are typically fairly dedicated to making sure that customers are getting what they need. But they happen because organizations behind the scenes were never really intentionally designed. So there are a number of reasons why this happens. And it's not, again, not because of bad intentions, but because these things aren't always intuitive. So understanding what customers actually need is harder than it looks. Services are delivered by teams that are comprised of individuals with different skill sets, different personalities, different priorities, different ways of working. And many services depend on multiple teams working together. Customers experience the results of how organizations are designed. Sometimes that's good, sometimes not so much. Um, Whether those services and all of the things that comprise are required to deliver and support services are intentionally designed or not. And this is what service management's all about. At its core, it's about designing how an organization works to ensure that customers receive reliable, consistent experiences that meet their needs. It's not about tools or processes. It's about how people, teams, expectations, and systems come together to deliver value to customers. So customers never see the internal complexity of an organization, typically. They only experience the results when the service works or, again, whether it fails. Service management exists to make sure that organizations deliver experiences that customers can depend on. And that's harder than most people realize. So after working with service organizations for for a number of years, I've learned that satisfying customers isn't just about effort, it's about design. So in future videos, we're going to explore some of these ideas in more depth, including how organizations can better design and manage the services that they deliver. And if you'd like to explore these ideas interactively, again, we've created a tool called the Practical Service Advisor that's free on our website, kinbalo.com, that helps leaders think through real-world service challenges. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.